Arkansas's most watched sports show, Hooten's Arkansas Football.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to Hooten's Arkansas Football and to the Marketplace Grill, a great place to eat before or after a game on Friday night or Saturday. If you're headed for the Razorback game, we'll tell you more about the Marketplace Grill coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, though, it's time for high school football highlights. We'll begin with Class 7A and 6A, presented by Baptist Health.
The Bentonville Tigers, Hooten's preseason favorite and undefeated at Rogers Heritage Friday night. Bentonville sophomore Tierras Wallace breaking tackles and making a play. He would score 6 touchdowns before the night was over. Bentonville up 7-0. Later, it's Bentonville quarterback Dallas Hardison hooking up with Drew Edwards. Colton Block's block, sealing the edge. Edwards is gone 60 yards for the touchdown. Rogers Heritage would try to make it a game. Reed Brown hands it to Jimmy Britton up the middle, and it's a foot race that Britton will win 80 yards, but Bentonville would win the game with ease. Final score, Tigers 64, Heritage 28. Homecoming night at Fayetteville. The Purple Dogs playing host to Fort Smith Northside, and Northside up 3-0 early when Fayetteville quarterback Brandon Allen finds Billy McIver for the touchdown. A little later, it's tied up at 10. Northside threatening again, but Fayetteville sophomore Alex Bragoni making the interception. Bragoni made a big interception last week against Springdale, gets his first start of the year on Friday, and look at him go, 93 yards. And Fayetteville wins the shootout. Final score, Purple Dogs 49, Northside 31. A monster homecoming crowd in Faulkner County. Conway Wampus Cats playing host to Little Rock Central. Conway was up 21-3, make it 21-10. Tyree Reese punches it in for the Central touchdown, but Conway's good on both sides of the ball. Terrence Cartwright making the big play for the Conway D here. That interception would provide a spark, and on the next play, it's Jamarcus Harmon up the middle for the score, and unbeaten Conway hasn't been tested this year. Final score, Wampus Cats 51, Central 24. The Cabot Panthers playing host to North Little Rock. And that's why Cabot doesn't like to pass. North Little Rock sophomore Gabe Vines with the interception on the goal line, and then the big return. Charging Wildcats with lots of speed and youth, including junior quarterback Kalen Cooper, scrambling and going to scholar athlete Hunter Earhart. Big play, North Little Rock up early. But Cabot would rally, going to its bag of tricks. Spencer Smith on the fake punt, and the Panthers would win in overtime. Final score, Cabot 14, North Little Rock 7. The Van Buren Pointers came to Central Arkansas last week and left with its first loss of the year. Van Buren back on Friday night, this time playing Little Rock Catholic at War Memorial Stadium. Catholic would strike first on 4th and goal. Tight end Scott Scruggs scores for the Rockets, but Van Buren's offense is stout, and the Pointers would rally with hard-running junior Jacob Jenkins, and standout quarterback Tyler Spoon had another good night for Van Buren. Final score, Pointers 28, Catholic 20. Homecoming night at Little Rock Hall, the Warriors and Jacksonville's defense playing tough. Rashad Morrow and Ronnie Hayden sniffing out the quarterback draw. Jacksonville's offense would start the second half with quarterback Logan Perry to sophomore Brandon Brockman. It's good for 27 yards. Then Chris Smith will take the handoff around the right side, and he's going to get a Jacksonville first down. And the next play, Perry will hit Devon McClure in double coverage. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Final score, Red Devils 29, Hall 0. Here's Hootens.com Class 7A rankings presented by Liberty Bank. Bentonville and Harbor stay 1-2, and Conway is the other undefeated team. Heritage holds on at number 4, and there's West Memphis. Fayetteville's defense is much improved. Former Razorback Jeb Huckabee has that Fayetteville D-line playing with nice pad level and giving the Purple Dogs a big boost. Number 7, Bryant will play host to Conway next week. Then it's Springdale, which won at Southside on Friday. North Little Rock's 11, followed by the Rockets, Grizzlies, Tigers, and Little Rock Hall. In Class 6A, El Dorado stays atop the rankings after beating Sheridan 35-0. It was El Dorado's third shutout in the past 4 games. Pine Bluff beat Lake Hamilton by 2 to remain undefeated. Lake Hamilton missed a 34-yard field goal as time expired. Jonesboro beat Mountain Home 49-16. Razorback recruit Zach Brooks carried 11 times for 185 yards. Marion starts the second 5. The Patriots won convincingly over Little Rock Parkview 49-23. At number 10, it's Russellville. The Cyclones fall to 1-5 on the year after losing by 31 to Bryant. Russellville's giving up 32 points per game. At number 11, it's Jacksonville. The Red Devils are 4-2 and will play host to Searcy next week. And at number 15, Fair won its first game of the season, beating Little Rock McClellan 7-0.
Now, more of Hooten's Arkansas football, brought to you by Sonic.
We start our Class 5A highlights at Mills. The undefeated Comets playing host to West Helena. Mills up by 2, 14-12 in the third. And that's Mills' Scott Jones going in from 10 yards out, extending the lead. West Helena trying to rally, but junior linebacker Tucker Johnson comes down with the game-changing interception. And Mills is going to make Helena pay. Quarterback Chris Hampton down the sideline all the way to the 1. The next play, Dontrell Washington will punch it in, and Mills is 6-0. Final score, Comets 28, West Helena 18. At Alma, the Airedales playing host to the Harrison Goblins. And guess who's having a big night for Alma? Isaac McCoy. That's his 16th touchdown of the year. Alma taking control early. A little bit later, no, it's not a replay, but it is more McCoy. Right up the gut, and in case you can't tell, McCoy's untouchable. Alma just keeping it on the ground. This time, though, it's 5'8", 223-pound Cody Whitaker bulldozing in for the touchdown. It's a mercy rule. Final score, Alma 39, Harrison 0. In West Little Rock, Hot Springs in the white at Little Rock Christian. And Hot Springs on the move, Rolando Johnson straight ahead for a Trojan first down. A few plays later, Chris Hughes headed for the happy place. Hot Springs up 10-0 midway through the third. And moments later, Little Rock Christian feeling the pressure. Hot Springs is Barry Wimberly and Quinn Coleman flushing and forcing the throw into double coverage. Torian Payton on the tip drill with the interception for Hot Springs. And that leads to another Hughes touchdown. Final score, Hot Springs 24, Little Rock Christian 14. Here's Hootens.com Class 5A rankings presented by Liberty Bank. The top 5 stays the same. Camden Fairview beat Magnolia by 29 on Friday. The Cardinals had 5 touchdown drives of at least 60 yards. Watson Chapel forced 5 turnovers in the first half Friday night and dominated Monticello 49-15. Batesville and Greenbrier are both undefeated. There's Alma and Greenwood. At number 6, the Bulldogs have won their past 2 conference games by a combined 90-7. At number 10 this week, it's Hot Springs Lakeside, back in the top 10 after beating CAC by 2 points. Number 11, BB blanked win 7-0 on Friday. Arkadelphia has won its past 2 by a combined 7 points. Number 15, Siloam Springs has lost back-to-back games since beating Greenwood 2 weeks ago. Number 16, Whitehall has won 3 straight conference games. The Golden Goblins are 17, then it's CAC, Magnolia, and Blytheville. And at number 25, Hot Springs won its first game under first-year coach Chris Farina on Friday. The Trojans are better this year, but they won't make the playoffs.
We let one slip away last week that we should have had. Everybody knows that. We've had a good week of practice, had a real good walkthrough yesterday, real good energy. Come out, play hard. Don't worry about their record. Lone Oak Jackrabbits got to get back in the W column. Do we understand that?
Yes, sir. The Lone Oak Jackrabbits playing host to Southside Batesville. And Lone Oak on their first possession trying to get something going. Logan DeWitt with the quick pass to Eric Williams. That's a Rabbit first down. A little bit later on, Lone Oak facing 3rd and 1. DeWitt going deep. And Blake Dill laying out for it. Touchdown, Lone Oak. And the route was on. Final score, Jackrabbits 50, Southside Batesville 14. At Ozark, the Hillbillies playing host to Gravett. Ozark quarterback Jonathan McKenzie hooking up with Tony Richard for a Hillbilly first down. But Gravett's got the best kicker in the state, Cody Monty. He kicked 3 on the night, sent this one over the scoreboard, and Gravett wins. Final score, Lions 30, Ozark 20. From Ozark to Springdale, top-ranked Shiloh Christian playing host to rival Prairie Grove. Shiloh's Kyle Frazier hooking up with Zan Jones, 61-yard touchdown. A little later, it's Garrett Harper on the handoff going untouched through Prairie Grove's defense, 14-zip. And on its next possession, Shiloh going to the air again. Frazier to Jones. Final score, Shiloh Christian 49, Prairie Grove 14.
Let's go!
The Malvern Leopards playing host to Ashdown, and Ashdown's vaunted defense. Ashdown's Glendon Bobo stopping Malvern behind the line. Ashdown had not given up a point all season and only 10 first downs. Malvern's defense not wanting to be outdone. Mitchell Whitman with the sack. For the Leopards, Malvern homecoming queen Sarah Kirk likes that and is going to love this. Sophomore quarterback Austin Warford zipping it out to big play man James King. Oh, this guy is fast and a phenom on both sides of the ball. Malvern threatening now. Ashdown's unscored up on defense. 2 plays later, Warford going right back to King, and looky here. Ashdown's defense is human. Malvern's in the end zone. Leopards 7, Ashdown 0. And King would help Malvern's defense shut down Ashdown. Check out his high-flying interception. Final score, Malvern 17, Ashdown 0. In West Little Rock, Pulaski Academy looking pretty in pink, but the Bruins all business on the field. Quarterback Freddie Knighton to Garrett Lamb for the touchdown. PA up 14-0 on DeQueen. But DeQueen hanging in there early. Jordy Moran's short run cut the lead to 14-7. Pulaski Academy would make it a 2-touchdown lead again in the first quarter. Connor Hope with the short run, and the Bruins roll. Final score, Pulaski Academy 48, DeQueen 17. At Pulaski Robinson, the Senators beat Malvern in overtime last week. Friday night, Robinson back in black, playing host to Bauxite. Senior Terrell Thompson with the 11-yard touchdown that put Robinson up 46-20 in the third. Bauxite trying to answer, but Evian Hill makes the Oski in the end zone for Robinson. And in the fourth quarter, Robinson would intercept Bauxite again, and that would set up this. Senior Jalen Watkins going 83 yards for Robinson. That put the Senators up by 32 midway through the fourth. Final score, Robinson 52, Bauxite 20. At Stuttgart, the Ricebirds playing host to Newport. Big ball game in the 2-4A. Newport up early on Stuttgart, but Riceburg quarterback Lucas McGee going deep to Jordan Daniels. He's inside the 10. A few plays later, McGee's run will cut Newport's lead to 14-13. Stuttgart still down, but only by 1 and trying to rally in the fourth quarter now. McGee hits Draylon Ice for a first down. And a few plays later, McGee hooking up with Daniels again, this time for Stuttgart's go-ahead touchdown. But Newport's not done. Watch workhorse Artez Brown. Newport would drive to the Stuttgart goal line, and with just over a minute to go, on 4th and goal, here's your ball game. Newport looking to pass, but the pressure's coming. Kyron Sims, Byron Owens, applying the pressure, and Stuttgart's defense holds on. Final score, Ricebirds 19, Newport 14.
That's a huge win for us. Newport has a great tradition, and we played them last year in the first round playoffs, and same type of ball game, and God bless the young men. They stepped up big time today.
Here's Hootens.com Class 4A rankings presented by Liberty Bank. Shiloh Christian stays on top after mercy ruling Prairie Grove. Zan Jones caught 3 touchdown passes for Shiloh. PA and Boonville were big winners, and Nashville beat Oak Grove by 32. Quarterback Cole Moore passed for 318 yards for Nashville. Star City led Hamburg at one point, 44-7 on Friday night. Quarterback Ty Towers accounted for 264 yards offense. Dumas starts the second 5. Bobcat senior quarterback Darian Griswold accounted for 283 yards as the Bobcats beat Warren by 1 point, exactly as Hootens.com predicted. Number 9 Dollarway was tied with winless DeWitt at halftime, but won by 18. Ashdown drops to number 11. Then it's Valley View and undefeated Mena, which mauled Waldron by 27. The Bearcats and Boonville should both be undefeated when they meet Week 10. Speaking of undefeated, Clinton is 6-0, but must play Stuttgart, Newport, Heber, and Lonoke over the next 4 weeks. Undefeated Gravette won at Ozark. Gravette kicker Cody Monty is phenomenal. He hit 3 more field goals Friday night. Ozark drops to 21. Then it's the Lumberjacks, Gentry, and Subiaco Academy, which clobbered Clarksville by 38 on Friday.
Now, the Arkansas Air Guard Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Siloam Springs' studious Chris Villasenor starts at receiver, plays a lot on defense at safety, and returned a kick 100 yards earlier this year.
He loves the game, and you never have to worry about Chris. You know he's committed, he's going to be here, and he's going to do a very good job.
My dad, he makes me go in line and get my priorities straight to do my homework and stuff, because he stresses a lot that that's the future.
Outstanding kid, smart, obviously, good ball player. He epitomizes everything good about high school football.
Chris enjoys math, may serve in the military, and one day be in law enforcement. Congratulations to Siloam Springs' Chris Villasenor, the Arkansas Air Guard Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Now, more of Hooten's Arkansas football, brought to you by Sonic.
We'll start our Class 3A and 2A highlights at Episcopal Collegiate. The Wildcats in the green, throwing the interception. Arkansas Baptist's Dakota Newkirk's got it, going 28 yards before Episcopal's Patrick Puncy makes the touchdown-saving tackle. A penalty and a sack would back Baptist up, no problem, for sophomore quarterback Jack Easby Smith to Luke Byram. 24-yard touchdown, Baptist up 14-zip. On Episcopal's next possession, Arkansas Baptist senior John Moon will strip it loose, and Nathan Rogers recovers for Baptist. The Eagles waste no time. Next play, Easby Smith to Newkirk, 34-yard touchdown pass. Baptist up 20-0, and it's still in the first quarter. Easby Smith would throw 4 touchdown passes in the first 11 minutes, including another one to Moon, this one from 29 yards out. The final, 41-6. At Searcy, mighty Riverview playing host to Brinkley. Riverview forced Brinkley to 3 and out, and that's Riverview junior quarterback Josh Roach on the Raiders' first play from scrimmage, keeping for a nice gain. On the next play, Roach passes to Mackenzie Jones, and Riverview's up 7-zip on Brinkley. Jones would get an interception on Brinkley's next play, and Riverview now back in business. First play, give it to junior Zach Grimes, rumbling 19 yards for a Riverview Raider first down. 2 plays later, Grimes right up the gut. 14-yard touchdown, Riverview 13, Brinkley 0, just 2 minutes into the game. Brinkley would answer with quarterback A.J. Harris sneaking it in, but Riverview rolls. Final score, Raiders 57, Brinkley 20. At Bald Knob, the Bulldogs playing winless Corning. Quarterback Cordell Crisp to Terrell Woods. That puts Bald Knob up 16-0 in the first. Corning dressed 22 players. Senior Blake Carter with the quarterback keeper for Corning. And on the next play, it's Corning sophomore Ty Prater with the direct snap. Sweet spin move, and Corning's got a first down, but make no mistake, it was Bald Knob's night. Crisp, this time across the middle to senior Joey Miller for 30 yards. At a horse collar penalty at the end, and Bald Knob will make it 23-0, hitting Jordan Johnston with the screen pass. Bald Knob led 42-0 in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs racked up 272 yards. Final score, Bald Knob 49, Corning 7. The Augusta Red Devils and running back Ishma Clark at Magnet Cove. Clark already over 1,000 yards this season, but finding no daylight at Magnet Cove. Magnet Cove's Brody Martin and Zach Garrett on the stop. Augusta managed just 8 first downs on the night. Undefeated Magnet Cove, a trio of good running backs. Brandon Cloninger running hard, 23-yard burst right up the middle for Magnet Cove. And Jeff Pinkston would score Magnet Cove's first touchdown. He also had 10 tackles for the Panthers. Early in the second quarter, Magnet's going to make it 14-0. Taylor Bray scoring one of his 3 touchdowns on the night. The big non-conference test was no test at all. Final score, Magnet Cove 35, Augusta 6.
You got a chance, seniors, to be the only group in history that's ever beat Junction City 2 years in a row on their field. Last time they got beat other than last year was 04. It's been a long time. How many of y'all had people from Johnson City, players, hold the ring up and show it to you? Well, it's payback time.
Top-ranked Bearden lost to Junction City last year in the state championship game, and the Bears out for revenge Friday night in front of a big crowd down at Junction. On Bearden's first possession, it's junior quarterback DeFonte Lowe running for 12 yards and a first down, and 3 plays later, Lowe will get to the corner and get to the end zone. Bearden up 6-zip early. Now, thanks to Junction City turnovers, this showdown quickly turned into a picnic for Bearden. Lowe would hit 4 of 5 passes on the night, and on Bearden's second possession, he finds Allen Holmes with the middle screen. That was on 3rd and 7. It's good for a Bearden first down. And a few plays later, it's Bearden's senior wingback, Rashad Beats, capping the drive. Beats would carry 18 times for 102 yards. But the party was just getting started for Bearden. After another Junction fumble, Lowe would cap a short drive with this 8-yard touchdown. DeFonte Lowe put on a show Friday night. 20 carries, 138 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Bearden's defense held Junction to just 119 yards. And mercy ruled the 2-time defending state champs. Final score, Bearden 35, Junction City 8. At Carlisle, the Bison playing host to England, a battle of the beast. And it was 8-8, and this is Carlisle's DJ Miller breaking the tie with this short run early in the second quarter. Now on the conversion, Caleb Carpenter is going to make it 16-8, Carlisle up. A little bit later, watch Ben Walker now hurdling for a first down, but England's Jordan Ross will recover a fumble, and now England's on the move. Josh Anderson hitting Lucas Hargrave for the first down. Next play, it's Miller time. Carlisle's little big man, DJ Miller, with the momentum-changing pick 6. Carlisle, a big game at Desart in the 6AA next week. Final score from Friday, Carlisle 46, England 18. At Mountainburg, the Blue Dragons playing host to Danville. Big game in the 4AA. Mountainburg goes up early. Colin Whitstein with the short touchdown run. Then second quarter, Danville asserts its power. Quarterback Michael Giles on the keeper on the far side. And the Little Johns would run away from the Dragons. Final score, Danville 34, Mountainburg 6. Here's Hootens.com Class 3A rankings presented by Liberty Bank. Number 1, Rivercrest travels to Earl next week for the 3-3A showdown. Number 2, Charleston won at Atkins by 30. All-State running back Ryan McDonald, 107 yards and 3 touchdowns on the night for the Tigers. Rising's got a career rusher too, Rock Caldwell. Check him out on Hootens.com. Bald Knob starts the second 5. Number 7, Fordyce and number 8, Harmony Grove should continue winning until they meet Week 9 in Camden. Number 10, Glen Rose has won its 3 conference game by a combined 148-21. The Beavers finally get tested next week at Fountain Lake. Number 12, Harrisburg is 5-1 on the year and 3-0 in league play after a 30-point win at Piggott. Number 14, Mansfield scored 51 against Perryville. It's the most points Mansfield's put up since 2008. Number 16, Arkansas Baptist has a solid grip on the number 2 playoff seed out of the 2 AAA. Number 18, Jesseville and number 19, Elkins are both 5-1 after wins last night. Riverview is number 23. Josh Roach finished with 112 yards passing and 2 TDs against Brinkley. And Green Forest is back in the top 25 after a 3-week absence. In Class 2A, the top 5 stays the same. Number 1, Bearden's slow start is over. The Bears have eliminated the turnovers and rarely even punt now. The other Bears are number 2. Then it's Magnet, Magazine, and the Little Johns. Strong starts the second 5. Strong beat Junction City 2 weeks ago and throttled Dermott Friday. Strong has a real good shot at being the number 2 seed out of the 8AA. Desark appears to be the team to beat in the 6AA. They've got that big one next week with Carlisle. Mineral Springs starts the second 10. The Hornets are 6-0 after whipping rival Murfreesboro 44-29. Number 14, Clarendon will play host to Hazen next week. Another big game in the 6AA. Norfolk 16. Then it's the Bears, EPC, England, and Walnut Ridge, which beat Mark Tree 35-32 in a key game in the 3AA. The Rattlers are 21. Then it's Horatio, the Jaguars, Thunderbirds, and Bigelow cracking the top 25 for the first time this year.
Hey, thanks for watching Hooten's Arkansas football today. Don't forget, every week at this time, we'll have highlights from around the state and the latest Hooten's rankings. And if you think you can predict games better than the Hootens, go to Hootens.com. And every week, there's $100 on the line for the person who picks the best games in both college and high school football at Hootens.com. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week at the same time right here on Hooten's Arkansas football.
You've been watching Arkansas's most watched sports show, Hooten's Arkansas Football.